Hey everybody, and welcome to a new video. And as you can see, we are having some stormy weather here in Washington, but I wanted to show you guys some pickups I got recently. I'm working on a massive pickups video that'll probably be released maybe sometime this month or maybe next month. But instead of adding these games to that video, I wanted to kind of do one of the shorter videos I used to do last year. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Let's get right into it. Alright, so we're going to start off with a little bit of baseball. Major League Slugfest, probably one of the best arcade baseball games you can ever play. If you like games like Arch Rivals, NBA Jam, and you like how you could like kind of like break the rules in those games, you'll definitely like this game. So Major League Slugfest is a baseball game where you could definitely break the rules. Now, a high spike slider, if you guys don't know what that move is, the infamous Ty Cobb, one of the most beloved and hated baseball players of all time, was well known for doing that move. It's pretty brutal if you can pull it off. But you can actually do that move in this game, which is really nice, and it's kind of hilarious. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get this game, because if they turn baseball into combat sports, pretty much, I'm all for it. I would watch baseball every day, honestly. But unfortunately, you can't do moves like this anymore, and I think it's pretty hilarious that Midway added that to this game, just for fun. So anyways, guys, check this one out. It has modes like where your character like is like on fire, pretty much, kind of like an NBA Jam, and everything they do just like triples pretty much. Their hitting average, catching average, all that stuff. So it's pretty cool when you unlock that mode during gameplay.
Patterson, 1 for 2 in this game. Hit high in the air. This one has a chance, and it's gone! A home run! And Drew puts his team up a bunch, and he got all of that one. There was no doubt about it.
That ball should not have been a homer. They got some funny winds in this park.
Just when you think it's safe to go grab a hot dog or soda, bam!
You're sitting around for 5-6 innings. You have to go to the John, then boom, shakalaka.
Next up, we have Speed 3 Grand Prix. I've always been fascinated with Indy cars ever since I was a kid, and when I found out this game was on sale at Best Buy, I went and picked it up. I believe the PS4 version was $20. No. The Switch version was $20, and then the PS4 version was like $17. But anyways, very fun racing game. One thing I really like about it is the soundtrack, especially the night levels are really cool. They just really, I don't know, something about these levels are really awesome. Also with Indy cars, there's a lot of crashing going on, so you got to be careful when you make those turns, because if you turn too hard, your car is going to lose a wheel or crash into a wall and you will explode. But anyways, besides that, once you get used to all that, it should be pretty easy. As you guys can see, I crashed right there pretty hard, but it's a pretty fun game. I think it was very easy to get into. I'm looking forward to playing it even more. Because I play a lot of Need for Speed games, I felt like the turning would be the same in this game. You have to be very careful on the turns, because if you try to play like Need for Speed, you are going to crash. Also, when you're going against your opponents, they will try to run into your car. I don't know if it's on purpose or by mistake, but they will crash into you, so be careful of that, because that will mess your car up and you will crash. But other than that, this is definitely a game worth picking up for 20 bucks, and the soundtrack is really on point. Next up, we have Psychic Force for the PS1. This is what I guess I would call an arena 3D fighting game. you pretty much spend most of the fights like flying in the air, like throwing chi blasts at each other. It's a really fun game. I actually got lucky and picked this one up for $5 at my local video game store. But overall, it is a really fun game, a bit different from regular fighting games, so just go into it knowing that. It reminds me a little bit of Dragon Ball Z Legends in a way, because you're always fighting in the air pretty much. Well, that game you fight on the ground too, but yeah, most of the time you fight in the air. But still, a lot of fun. Check this game out if you're interested in something a little bit different. Alright, so next we have NBA Hoopz. This was the first time the series did 3-on-3 basketball, and it was the first time the series did 3D models, which I think they still look okay. Well, I'll leave it up to your imagination whether you think they look good or not. I think it's still a solid game though. Still a lot of fun, but it's still, I don't know, feels like it's just missing something, some kind of charm. The game before it, NBA on NBC, was actually my favorite one in the series, and I think maybe just, I don't know, maybe I should just get that one and play that one. But this one's still cool, but just the previous game I felt was better. But anyways, guys, you guys let me know what you guys think of the NBA series, NBA Jam series, and where they went. A lot of you guys don't notice they actually split in different directions. When I think NBA Hang Time came out, and then NBA Jam Extreme had came out, so the companies kind of split and made their own different versions. It was a pretty weird time, and maybe it was just too much NBA at the time. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think of the series.
From Prix, launches. O'Neal. Finds O'Neal. Nice feed to O'Neal. Bucko. Bryant knocks it down for two.
Residents of Fate is a game I passed over all the time. Every time I saw it, I don't know, I just really didn't take any interest in it. And I was at Half Price Books the other day, and I saw it sitting there, and that PS3 bug just kicked in, and I picked it up. I heard a lot of good things about this game, and one of the things that really intrigued me about it was that it was made by Tri-Ace, the creators of Star Ocean. Now, from what I heard, this is a turn-based RPG, but it has a weird gimmick to it where it's turn-based, but every time you move to a different position, you try to do these crazy stunts with your guns, like shooting enemies before you land. So if you could do whatever you could do in the air, the most damage you could do before you get to that position, I guess is the whole, I don't know, gimmick with this game. I'm not really sure. I mean, it looks like these crazy elaborate stunts, kind of like similar to that game 10,000 Bullets or freaking the anime Cowboy Bebop. But for those of you that have played it, let me know if this one's worth getting into. One thing that threw me off about the game was the map system, but I'm not going to judge it off of that.
Looks like you still got some catching up to do. Who do you think you're messing with? I can reach your every move.
Battlefield Hardline is a first-person shooter game created by DICE, and this game goes over both sides of the law. That's where the story takes place. So I guess you play as the good guys and the bad guys at certain points in the game. But one of the things I noticed about the game is that they took the likenesses of a lot of real actors from shows like Law and Order, some other ones I can't think of right now, and I guess you'll notice them immediately when you play the game. It's no different from really any other first-person shooter you played from DICE. I mean, Battlefield games are pretty much a staple in first-person shooter games, at least in my opinion, when it comes to like crazy action. But I definitely want to know what you guys think of this one.
Maintain distance, try not to kill him.
Get all of it. We want him stopped now. Head north on Mateo, requesting backup. Turn left on Crocker from Mateo. Intersection clear.
Now here is KOF 96 for the Game Boy. I traded my buddy for this game, and you guys know I am about the King of the Fighters series. I feel like, you know, I just have to have everything King of the Fighters. You know, these games, I would say, are pretty awesome, and they're all very unique to their own right. This one is cool, but I think 95 on the Game Boy is actually a bit better. But I do like this one. I guess you could compare these games to the Neo Geo Pocket games, and if you do that, you know, you could kind of judge them, I would say, a little bit better. I actually feel like the Neo Geo Pocket games are better, but this one is a solid entry. And if you like what you're seeing here, maybe you might want to pick it up. I also picked up Project Sylpheed Arc of Deception recently.
Aiden forces.
Katana! I warned you!
Stop this, Margaret! I don't want to fight you!
At the time, this game really had high production values. If you're familiar with games like Star Fox 64, you'll probably be right at home with this game, even though the camera does follow you every time you turn your ship. But this game is the last in the Sylpheed series, and it's a shame. I think this series would have did better. Well, this game at least would have did better if it kind of came out for the PS3 instead of the 360. But even in saying that, definitely pick this one up if you see it out there, especially if it has a manual with it. I picked this extra copy up for my friend, and he doesn't even know yet, but he's going to be pretty excited to have this one. The game's not expensive or anything like that, but it's just really uncommon to find, at least where I'm at. But let me know what you guys think of Project Sylpheed for the 360. I picked up Phantasy Star Universe for the 360. This was $5 at GameStop. And the main reason I picked this up was kind of, I guess I would say, nostalgia reasons. You know, I know the game's not online anymore, but the offline was pretty cool. Well, I would say it was pretty solid. I had a good time with it. I love the game's soundtrack, and it just really has this, like, nostalgia feeling for me. But let me know what you guys think of Phantasy Star Universe. Did you enjoy the series when it was online? I also picked up Persona 4 Arena for the Xbox 360. One of the main reasons I picked this game up because I really enjoy it, and it's actually backwards compatible with the Xbox One X and the Series X. So that means that most likely those systems will still have the game online. So that's nice to know. Where it goes to the PS3 version, it pretty much stays on that system. So if Sony ever shuts down that online service, then that game is pretty much offline. But it seems like the Xbox version will still be alive in a way. And yes, before anybody asks, I will play Persona 5 someday. I don't know when, but it'll be someday. I'm not going to say soon, but I'll just say someday. I picked up NHL Hits Pro, which is the last game in that series, and it is kind of like those arcade type sports games like NBA Jam and Major League Slugfest. So I always wanted to try a hockey game. The last one I really played, I want to say, is probably Blades of Steel on the NES. So I was really looking forward to getting into this, and I wasn't disappointed. These games are really on point, and it's something probably, I don't know if they make these type of like sports games anymore these days, like to where they're like just arcade fun and kind of silly and everything like that. But this is definitely like one of a kind, and I definitely think a lot of you guys should try this game out if you haven't so yet.
Move to Hemsky. He is just destroyed by Kanawalchuk. Tulsi kicks it away.
Washington
Cleared down.
scored by number 68.
Ding dong.
Assisted by number 6.
So here's my electronic arcade pinball that I picked up from Target at the end of last year. And this is pretty much a new version of the Atomic Pinball that you guys probably saw in my tabletop pinball video a couple years ago. Now, this is rebranded. They remade it somehow, or I don't know if they really remade it. I mean, to me, honestly, after playing with this thing, I felt like it was a downgrade. But, you know, you guys could judge from the footage you're seeing here. The layout looks really good, very colorful. As a matter of fact, the system is pretty much black. You have to put these stickers on yourself. And I actually messed up with the stickers at the bottom here. You can see that little scratch right there. Well, that little tear right there. but that's fine with me. So here's the system going right now. The sounds for it are really good, but the pop bumpers aren't really that strong, unfortunately. And unlike the Astro Pinball, there's no air pockets to really kind of keep the ball in place in the game field for a while. So the ball pretty much just drains down because there's no powerful pop bumpers to keep it in place. So it's okay, but people who like pinball or tabletop pinballs will probably get really they'll get tired of it pretty much. So, but anyways, guys, that's all I got for you in this pickups video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later.